These are the video notes for the Pythagorean theorem. You've all been exposed to Pythagorean theorem before, and if I asked you what is a Pythagorean theorem, I would probably get this for an answer. You would probably tell me that a squared plus b squared equals c squared. What does it mean? So what does this mean? What does this mean? Okay, to start with, the Pythagorean theorem only works for right triangles. So we have to have a right triangle. So we start with the right triangle. And the A, B, and the C are sides of the triangle. So we must have a right triangle. Have a right triangle. And the A, B, and C are sides of the triangle. So A, B, and C are sides. So they're side lengths. So which is A, which is B, and which is C? So which is A, B, and C? All right, so it doesn't matter for A and B. So it doesn't matter for A and B. But C has to be the hypotenuse. So which side is the hypotenuse? It's the longest side, and it is the side opposite the right angle. So it is the longest side, and it is the side opposite the right angle. So what you can do is you can locate the right angle and draw an arrow through it. It's going to point at the hypotenuse. So if I look at that arrow I just drew, it's pointing at side C, the hypotenuse. Okay, let's look at this example. Here I have a right triangle. I have two sides with the 3 and the 4, and I'm looking for the third side. So first of all, we have to figure out which side is A, which side is B, and which side is C. And really all we have to do is figure out which side is C, because A and B, it doesn't really matter. It'll be the other two sides. So I'm going to draw right through the right angle, and it's going to point at side C. So the X, the side we're looking for, is side C. Okay, that means the 3 and the 4, they can be A and B, and it doesn't matter which one. So we'll just do the 3 for A and the 4 for B. So we're going to get, and we go ahead and put it into our Pythagorean theorem, which says that A squared plus B squared equals C squared. So A is 3, we'll get 3 squared. B is 4, we'll get 4 squared, and we're looking for side C, so it's equal to C squared. And then we'll go ahead and square those, so we get 9 plus 16 equals C squared. Add those together, we'll get 25 equals C squared, and then we need to do square root on both sides to get rid of the square. And so C is equal to 5. So side X over there is 5. Okay, let's look at another example. On this one I have a triangle with sides 6, 12, and x. So once again, I have to identify which side is the hypotenuse. So I'm going to draw an arrow right through the right angle. It's going to point at the 12. That means the side with the 12 on it is our hypotenuse, so that's our C. And we can do either A or B for the other two sides. It doesn't matter. So we're going to end up with x squared, because that was our A value, plus 6 squared equals 12 squared. And then we'll go ahead and square everything. We'll get x squared plus 36 equals 144. And then solve for x. So I'll need to subtract 36 from 144. And we'll get x squared is equal to 108. And then we'll need to do square root. So we'll do x is equal to square root of 108. And there's no decimals unless they tell you to use decimals. So this one we have to simplify it. And we're going to do, well, let's think of factors of 108. We're looking for a perfect square. So 108 divided by 2 will give me 54. I'm going to go ahead and factor this over here. So we have 108. That's going to give me 2 and 54. Let's try dividing it by 3. And we'll get 36. And I'm liking the 36 because it's a perfect square. That means that to simplify this, I'm going to change it into square root of 36 times the square root of 3. Because 36 times 3 is 108. And that means I'm going to get 6 times the square root of 3. So our x, our answer, is going to be equal to 6 times the square root of 3. Okay, our third example is a story problem. So we have a cat that goes 4 feet west, then turns and goes 15 feet north. And the question is, how far is that cat from where it started? So for this, you're going to want to draw a picture. So we'll have, let's say the cat started here. So this will be the start. First, the cat moved 4 feet west. So 4 feet in this direction. Then the cat turned and went 15 feet north. And the question is, how far is the cat? So right here is where it ends up. How far is a cat from where it started? So this is the end. So what we do is we just connect the end with the start, like that, make a triangle. And then we have a nice right angle right here. So we can do Pythagorean theorem. So first we have to figure out which side is the hypotenuse, our C side. And that is the missing side. So we're going to have to set it up like this. We can do either 4 or 15 for A. I'm going to use 4. So we'll do 4 squared plus 15 squared equals C squared. And that's going to give me 8, or not 8. Let me erase that. It's going to give me 4 times 4, which is 16, plus, and then we have 15 times 15, which is 225, and that's going to equal C squared. So I'll add 16 and 225, we're going to get 241. And then we want to do square root of 241 to get our final answer. Okay, and we'll try to simplify that. And 241 is actually, it's already simplified. We're not going to be able to simplify that, so it's our final answer.